Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. The rocket is on the launch pad. The crew is ready. And in just days, for the first time in over 50 years, humans are going back to the moon. If you watched part 1, you know why NASA is doing this. Today, we talk about what is actually happening, who is going, and what comes after this mission. Let's get into it. So, quick recap from part 1. NASA launched the Artemis program with one goal: return humans to the moon. Artemis I in 2022 was uncrewed, just a test flight, and it worked perfectly. Now it's time for Artemis II, and this time, real humans are on board. Let's talk about the crew. 4 astronauts, one historic mission. First, Reed Wiseman. He's the commander, a NASA veteran who spent months on the International Space Station. Second, Victor Glover, the pilot, and he will become the first black astronaut to ever reach the moon's vicinity. Historic. Third, Christina Koch, mission specialist. She will be the first woman to travel this far into deep space, ever. And fourth, Jeremy Hansen from the Canadian Space Agency. He'll be the first non-American to fly to the moon. This crew isn't just making history for NASA, they're making history for all of humanity. Now, what will actually happen during this mission? The SLS rocket, one of the most powerful rockets ever built, will launch from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Days 1 through 3, they travel to the moon's vicinity. About 3 days of deep space travel. Day 4, the Orion spacecraft swings around the moon, flying 5,000 miles beyond it, farther than any human has ever been in the history of space travel. From that distance, they'll look back at Earth, just a tiny blue dot in the infinite darkness of space. Days 5 through 10. The return journey back to Earth, ending with a splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. Now, they won't land on the moon this time, but that's exactly the point. Artemis II is a test. Is the spacecraft safe? Can astronauts survive deep space? Can we actually do this? If the answer is yes, then the real moon landing comes next. But this mission isn't just about getting there and coming back. NASA is running a fascinating experiment on board called Avatar, tiny organ-on-a-chip devices that actually mimic human organs. These chips will study how deep space radiation affects the human body at a biological level. Why does this matter? Because before we send people to Mars, we need to know exactly what space does to our organs. We're not just going to the moon, we're preparing for Mars. Here's the bigger picture. And this is what most people don't know. Artemis II is just step 2 of a much larger plan. After this, Artemis III in 2027 will be a systems test in Earth orbit. Then, Artemis IV in 2028, the first actual moon landing since 1972. And, after that, NASA plans yearly moon landings, eventually building a permanent base on the moon's surface. But there's something else happening in the background. China is developing its own moon mission right now. Their Long March 10 rocket and Lanyu lander are already being tested. The gap between the US and China is getting smaller every year. We are living through the second space age, and the stakes have never been higher. Artemis II launches as early as April 1st, 2026. In just days, humanity takes its biggest step since 1972. If this video helped you understand the mission, smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe so you don't miss part 3, where we'll cover what happens after Artemis II and what a moon base might actually look like. I'll see you in the next one.